Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson. Welcome to the Popverse live from New York Comic Con, and I am here with two of the geniuses behind Batman, the audio adventures. I am here with Dennis McNicholas and Bobby Moynihan. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for being so excited to see us.
I listened to the whole thing yesterday. That's available so far, and I am truly so excited. How has your New York Comic Con been so far?
Fascinating.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thrilling. I mean, I've never been to New York, so I live on the West Coast and mostly go out to San Diego. So this is a landmark occasion for me, and everyone's been so nice.
Do you feel like you're in Gotham City?
A little bit, yes, very much. Sort of it's an immersive experience you've put together here.
I lived across the street for many years and just looked at the Javits Center from my living room window, and now I'm trying to figure out where I am. It's right there.
I know, once you get inside, it's like being in a Batman villain trap.
Very much so, very much so.
I would love to know for both of you, what was it like to enter into the world of Batman in the audio sense?
Well, it was a dream come true to do anything related to Batman. I set a goal for myself to claw my way into the family somehow, and I really it just sort of happened on the audio idea because it seemed that like real estate that had been claimed, and you know I had all the right people to ask to come down and help me out. So, but as far as writing it, you know, real challenge to keep it lively and action-packed as you would expect from a Batman adventure, all while sort of relying on your ears alone. So.
I just can't believe he said yes. I wanted to play the Penguin my whole life, and the fact that I got to do it is absolutely insane, especially on such a level that I respected completely. He loves the world so much. I feel like I was handed this amazing gift.
Was it an audition or was it offer only?
He said, "Do you want to play the Penguin?" And I started crying.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I said, "You had me at do." I was ready. Yeah, it was. Anytime you get to, I've been lucky enough to do a couple like of these legacy character kind of things where you play someone that you grew up with or something like that, and it's too much sometimes. I love it. I can't believe it.
No, I can't believe they're letting us do
Yeah,
this.
it's so fun.
Wait, because you said do, I have to ask, I want to know how you found the Penguin voice and how that became authentic to you, because a lot of people played that character, but do you ever run the risk of dropping into Dewey?
Amazing. I was Louis, but I also go into Dewey a lot. No, thank goodness Louis is like, I just try and sound like a kid, and then they pitch me up a tiny bit more. But on this, no, I think once I realized I was going to do it, like I once Dennis handed me the script, I went like, it's almost done. All I have to do is have a good time. And there's a little Burgess Meredith, a little Danny DeVito. I enjoyed the kind of making the Penguin sounds a great deal. I added into other things in my life now that I shouldn't. But yeah, no, it's just, I think just having a love of all the different media of Penguin that we've gotten so far, and kind of figuring out my own little way to do it.
So was the entire process remote because of the panini, or were you able to ever be in the same room and kind of collaborate in real life?
I mean, we recorded it before the pandemic.
Really?
Many years ago.
Season 1 was done before the pandemic, so there was actually some primitive teleconferencing. We did not have Zoom at the time we did season 1. We did Skype.
Skype.
I had Jason Sudeikis, Fred Armisen. A lot of people over Skype, but about half of it was in the studio. This time around, it was all remote.
Wow.
It was all done remote.
Do you feel any competition with the Winston Duke Batman audio drama, or because you're operating in different tones, do you feel like you're each in your own world?
Well, that's the great thing about Batman is that you can have both of those, and they're both authentically Batman. You know, am I envious of their success? A little bit. I wish, congratulations to them, because they really cleaned up. That people really responded to that. I hope people like ours half as well as theirs, but.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. As a diehard Robin fan, I would love to know the choice to include female Robin, Lady Robin.
Yes. Well, it was, if anyone ever tries to pin me down on exactly what was going on there with that choice, I'd have
what was
trouble.
going on?
Well, I don't know if I could articulate it, but I knew early on that I wanted it to not be played by a child, it to be played by an adult. And when I was growing up, and even today, cartoons children are not played by children in cartoons usually. And so I wanted to acknowledge that, but also just I knew what Melissa was capable of. And she's got such a unique speaking voice anyway, but then she can do just anyone. And so I asked her to do something between Ash from Pokemon, which was in her repertoire,
Of course.
and her normal voice. And I think that sounds like Robin to me. I mean, that's my idea of Robin.
Were either or both of you fans of any classic audio dramas of superheroes that maybe inspired your work?
Sure. I mean, like the Star Wars one, I remember a great deal.
Yeah, for sure. And then the War of the Worlds, the original, the way that sort of played with interstitial music coming in and things like that. But and of course we listened to The Shadow a little bit, the classic noir stuff.
I grew up in New York, so I just listened to Stern. When I wasn't allowed to. It was a lot of talk radio growing up, so I feel like he did a lot of pieces, like comedy pieces, maybe not that you could play anymore, but yeah, I feel like I grew up on that. Anyway, I enjoy that world.
That's fascinating to hear because your Batman audio adventures is very family friendly. It's very welcoming. It's and I don't necessarily think of Stern as being as warm and fuzzy as the type of stories that you're telling. Season 2 is now streaming today.
Yes.
Right now, did you ever think you would get to season 2?
No. I mean, I can't believe any part of this is happening.
Yeah.
It's a dream. The Warners in DC and HBO Max have made it so easy for us to do what we wanted to do, and I just can't believe it's still going. I hope it never ends.
And you're both old hats. You've worked at a lot of networks before, but is it unique doing something audio-based versus a live action or an animation project?
Very much so. Yeah, it's a whole different world. It's like getting to build everything you're seeing rather, and like you have to rely more on yourself than you do in regular animation. I feel like.
And in season 2, I actually added a short scene way in post, a completely new scene.
Re-record?
Well, that's the thing. You can just stock sound effects and the unused dialogue can be repurposed, and all of a sudden you've got a new scene. So I was able to insert a completely new scene from scratch into episode 1 late in the post process, and you can never obviously do that without incurring great cost in something else.
Okay, so everyone listen, then come to Twitter and let us know which one you think it is.
Yeah.
For anyone who hasn't listened to season 2 yet, are there any specific moments, episodes, Easter eggs you want people to be listening for?
Well, get ready for Bradley Whitford as Scarecrow. He chills my blood. I mean, there were times listening to the raw audio that it made me uncomfortable sitting there listening to it. So he was my first and only choice for that role, and he kills it. So I hope people enjoy that. We get a star turn for the Scarecrow, and Gillian Jacobs is incredible as Harley Quinn. It's our other new major addition. So we get a lot of Harley time and a lot of Scarecrow time, and all your old favorites are back as well. So.
Bobby, I want to ask of everybody else who's ever played the Penguin, who do you think you can outwit or take in a fight?
Clearly Colin Farrell.
Yes.
No.
I just love the idea of a crisis of infinite penguins,
Yeah.
all
like
trying to
it.
take each other on with the
That's
umbrellas.
crazy. Burgess Meredith, he's a little older, I feel like, but I feel like he might be scrappy and have that old kind of, he might just sock me in the face.
He was Rocky's coach. He's going to beat the heck out of you.
You're
But
right.
did
You're
he
absolutely
ever
right.
beat Rocky on camera? Do we
true.
have ocular
No,
proof?
There's no
It's
world where I
speculative.
punch Danny DeVito. There's no world. He's too adorable. I don't know. I think I lose every round, maybe.
Oh, that's some fan art for someone.
Yeah.
And because here in the Popverse, we like to celebrate the best in TV, movies, and comics. What are you both geeking out about right now that you're not working on?
I have watched Andor, the first 4 episodes of
Yes.
Andor a couple times. I'm really enjoying it. I think they knocked it out of the park with that one.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying Andor. I'm enjoying Rings of Power, and I'm going back and watching the Dark Crystal series on Netflix,
so
which is
good.
brilliant. And I was a huge fan of that movie, and they couldn't have continued it in a more sort of loving way to fans of the original. So.
Dennis, Bobby, thank you for joining us today here in the Popverse at New York City Comic Con.
Thank you for having us.